So, quick one today. I want to talk about why sin is sin. So, I think an interesting thing I've realized is sin takes you further away from reality. And because God is, I suppose, ultimate truth and therefore the most real thing, and so therefore God is the reality, um, sin takes you further away from God. And why is this important? Like, why is it? It's not just important for Christians or like people who think God exists, but it's like, why do all these entrepreneur gurus and like business gurus talk about like meditating, talk about like no fap, they talk about like not drinking alcohol, they talk about like monk mode, and it's because all these things take you closer to reality, which allows you to see things clearer, which allows you to like strategize better, and like kind of have a better perception of what you need to do in life, which is absolutely beneficial for anyone. Like, this isn't a Christian concept at all. This is just a life concept. So, yeah, that's why. And if you think about it, like, for example, um, let's say, if we're talking about like watching corn and like things like that itself is a delusion. That you're deluding your mind, because when you masturbate, you are telling, you're kind of signaling to your animal brain like, oh, you become successful because you've got a girl, and therefore, your body thinks you're living in abundance, where in reality you're not. And it's the same thing with, say, this is a super small thing, but like, I guess like drugs, I guess alcohol, also like sugar. It's a really interesting thing I've realized. Like, why is fasting so effective? Is it because it like takes you closer to reality again? Because sugar itself is a drug. Like, it releases so much dopamine, and it signifies abundance in your, like, to your body, to your animal brain, which is not a bad thing. But sometimes you really don't have abundance. Like, let's say you're working towards a goal and you're not quite there yet. Then in a way you're kind of deluding yourself. Although, like, obviously I'm talking in very kind of extreme terms. Like, obviously it's not like I'm telling us to like quit eating sugar until you hit your goals. No, but like, you understand the point of what I'm trying to make, which is like, the reason God tells us to do stuff is to take us closer to reality, which will help us live a more successful life, even though it may hurt more. But God gives us strength through that, and the Holy Spirit helps us. And so I think that's the fundamental logic for why God like does the things he does, and why he tells us to do things in life, is to take us closer to reality, so that we can live our life to the fullest potential, that we can live our life as, as how God intended us to live our lives.